It's just being part of something bigger.
Humanity.
Friendship.
I think God. Faith is God, I think.
Love. Brotherhood, sisterhood.
Yeah.
Faith to me is acceptance.
I would say Jesus.
Faith to me is when somebody believes in something that helps them get through their everyday lives.
Trust.
Being a Sikh and coming from a big Sikh family, faith has always been a really, really important thing to me. I've always been brought up around it, especially with my grandparents and stuff.
I don't really have a faith in anything, any higher powers or anything like that. But I can see why it would help people to get through the tough times in their life when they maybe don't have as much hope as you would do normally, or in times of crisis when somebody close to them has died. I can see why the faith would help people in that respect.
My religion's really important to me just because it gives me some form of identity, I guess, amongst the crowd, and I really do strongly believe in Sikh values and stuff, and they're just very, very hospitable people as well. They believe in every time you go pray, you have dinner together and stuff, which is always really, really nice, and it just gives you a sense of community, especially when I'm around you at uni, and I don't really have any family where I go to uni, because it's in a different city. It's just nice to have a sense of your own community in a massive city where I don't know anyone.
If you don't believe in yourself, you can stop with everything you do.
I'm Christian. Christian beliefs are really important for me. It's the fundament of my life.
Church and God doesn't mean anything to me.
Today there were a lot of people coming from Syria, Iran, Eritrea, Muslims, Christians, all together. And then it's good to tell about the Jewish religion. What does it mean? What is it? What kind of impact did it have on our history also?
Its faith is made up by people in the past, so people can live together, but it's not necessarily to have it. I don't think so. No.
For me, it's really important to have my faith, to use my faith to have a purpose in life. That I was meant by God walking on this earth. I'm not an accident. It's not just coincidence. I'm Him. And there's really a loving God who cares about me, and wants me to care about His world and the people, but also the environment. And I think that's the purpose of my life, is to be as God on this earth, to show how God would like this world to be. I think everybody has a faith. It can be science. If you're a materialist, you just believe everything is just material stuff. It's made for something. There's no ghost, there's no spirit, there's nothing. But it's a belief. You can't prove it.
Any reason is good to get a tattoo, and if it's faith, it's faith. If it's...
I think for me, faith has always been a struggle in some way. I also got doubts. I also struggle with God. I sometimes yell to God. I've got 5 brothers. 2 of them lost their faith. They choose, I don't want to believe in it anymore. So I really need to think for myself, do I really believe this? Do I really want to go for this? I'm working as a student pastor. My whole life is focused on this belief system. So this also makes it, every day you need to think about why I'm believing this, why I'm doing this.
Or maybe people seek a way to justify their tattoo in faith, if you know what I mean. Maybe they want some acknowledgement for their faith.
Do I believe in faith?
Yeah.
I think millions of people do
Yeah.
believe in faith.
But
I think you always believe in something. Yes.
If you're looking from an atheist background, if there's no purpose in life, there's no meaning, everything you do is just coincidence, it doesn't really matter in the worldview, then I think you're missing something in the end.
I think faith is religion and just belief in God and some higher powers. I think so. I think when we say I believe in you, it's also some kind of faith in other person or faith in your own ideas. So yeah, we can think about it from different perspectives, not only religion.
Faith to me is the anchor of our life. It's actually having something or someone who helps you get through your everyday. And
I always remember the case of Levin. It's one of the heroes from Anna Karenina, Tolstoy's, and he was a very nice man who did only nice things. I mean, he did not do any sins or whatever, but he didn't believe in God, so he had nothing to do with religion. But still, he was, so to say, a better man than those people who actually went to church and so on. So I think a person can live without faith in this sense. But if we are talking about faith from another perspective, not religious, but rather something like kind of ambitious or just faith in oneself, without that a person cannot be a person.
I don't think so, because if people don't have faith, it's like, I don't know, a monster. I would be scared if I see people without faith.
It shouldn't be connected to any kind of fairy tale story. It should be just whatever one needs to have in their lives to be peaceful. Some people need to know that there's something or someone looking out for them, just protecting them. Some people need to believe that there's something after death. I personally don't need to believe anything. I just need myself, and I'm just here, and I'm just now, and I'm living.
People are free to connect the faith with wherever.
So I believe that faith and psychology, they have many characteristics in common. For example, if you think about dealing with emotional conflicts or expressions or spiritual guidance and so on, they are all very related to what you want to do as a psychologist. And there are many mechanisms inside of psychology that can be found also in religion. For example, if you pray, or if you do confession, or meditate, all those practices can also be found in therapy. For example, confess and meditate in mindfulness.
Never thought about it, not having faith in anything. I mean, again, faith is just some effect of the pieces of matter that we are, that working together, neurons, neurons become emotions, emotions include some faith in there. Yeah, I think you can live theoretically without faith. I guess. If you don't have faith in yourself, you don't have faith in humanity and a higher being and nothing.
And there are some, for example, some theories such as the attachment theory, which is more based on evolution, which talks about that you have the thing that it's evolutionary that we try to strive to have a bond with important people in our surroundings, for example, our parents or other caregivers. We've tried to find an emotional bond.